Common Sense back again with another one, the Audacity of Caucacity. We got another one, y'all. You know I got a magnet in my back pocket for these type of things. Somebody sent me this, and then after I watched it a few times, I saw it on another one of the channels that I follow, Cindy's Villa. So I popped over there to see if she had got wind of it. And sure enough, she posted a video. But I got this on TikTok sent to me. So I went over to the TikTok channel with Karen. And boy, oh boy, the caucasity is real, y'all. Um, I've shared a few little Karen stories with you that I've been through, lightweight stuff. I haven't gotten into the real deep stuff yet. But this is one of the main reasons why I completely avoid many European women. This is why. Because I have not the headspace, the patience, and I refuse to waste my time having a conversation that will go nowhere with someone who is deliberately tone deaf and who is uh, putting on airs as if she is completely, truly interested in trying to learn cultural diversity with Black women, because it's specifically always Black women that these type of women have questions for. It tells me a lot about the fact that they are just socially, culturally inept to absorb how to discern and properly and effectively communicate with Black women in the African diaspora. It's also always have been very curious, very curious. Why is it always Black women? Why are you so focused on Black women? Hmm? Why are you so focused on what we do, why we do it, when we do it, how we do it, why we want our own space that you're not invited to? Why do you feel entitled to the spaces Black women are in where you're not invited? Why does that bother you so much? I see that where a lot of these type of women with this mentality are offended highly because they feel that their whiteness should afford them access to the spaces Black women occupy and only Black women occupy, such as personal space, okay, privacy, autonomy that doesn't include your validation or acknowledgement, or John Hancock that, oh, I see you, Black women, we don't care. I'm just here to say that European women with this mentality, you know, is cognitive dissonance, and Black women don't care. We don't care that you're offended. We don't care that you have questions, okay? Because that's the same thing we went through and are still going through in a lot of areas, back before integration, during segregation, okay? And we're still treated in a highly disrespectful manner. It's just micro aggressive behavior. It's very subtle, okay? And I'm used to it because the Midwest is like that. A lot of white women up there who have, a supremacist mindset and who are racist. It's very subtle. The condescending tone, restating the obvious, you know, um, very patronizing, answering questions that were never asked. you know, as if, well, here comes this black bitch. I got to explain, help her read the damn room. We don't need that from you. We don't care that you don't feel included in the spaces of black women where we go for refuge away from prying questions of cognitive dissonance. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna show y'all the caucacity. Okay, the audacity of the caucacity of cognitive dissonance. This gonna blow your mind. Okay, it might not, but for me, it blew my mind because I'm like, we are in the age of access to information through technology. You can tap or type in whatever question you want on a machine, and it will render you some answers, right? Another thing with this whole energy of the caucasity, the offense comes with us not being open to educating people like this. At this big age in this woman's life, I'm guessing she's got to be, 40s, 50s, maybe. At this big age, you should have some gumption to want to self educate. You so easily throw up the term or the phrase, I have black friends, I'm not racist, which understand something clearly. Just because you tolerate black women and you can coexist among them in society, black men or black women, doesn't mean you're not racist. Since I've been living in the South, I've met many Europeans who are racist and don't know it until they bump into somebody like me. Um, Another thing is, we are not then in turn racist because we uninvite you from our spaces. Okay. We don't invite ourselves into exclusively white European women's spaces. We don't do that. Why is your crosshairs only on black women and asking us a bunch of cultural questions and societal questions and historical questions, trying to pick us apart like damn lab rat? Rest in power to Empress Sarah Bartman. We're not your shelf babies where you can utilize us for a pipeline to blackness, nor are we put here to salvage your understanding of our culture. That's not our job. It's your job to educate yourself on other cultures. And you're not entitled to other people's time to satisfy your curiosity. We have other shit to do. So, like, live our best life away from y'all. So, check this out with me, y'all. You know me, I keep it all the way a buck. I'm sorry, I'm but not sorry. Okay. I don't rock with this, never have. The RBG in me is thoroughly disgusted. I'm not even offended anymore. I'm just disgusted. And to some degree it's comical now because it's at the border. It to me, I feel like European women like this are like stalkers. It's creepy and weird. And I don't entertain it. I don't have to. Just like when they speak, like I said before, if you talk and you keep talking to the back of my head, then you're gonna look stupid, not me, because I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. If I don't want to address you, whomever it may be, especially a European woman who is posing as a Judas, because I know sooner or later, when I do not render to said European woman's desires, all hell gonna break loose. And see, I'm not anybody's puppet, token, or jester to company keep a curious, out of touch European woman. just because she's curious. Okay. So check this out, y'all. TikTok. Her handle is former.democrat 444 on TikTok. Check this out. Peace.
Guys, this one is going out to Black women. I'm not really interested in hearing anyone else's opinion. Really, I mean, you can. Everyone's welcome. But I want to hear from Black women, especially, about a few things. So, today we're going over the headlines. I'm getting ready for work. I have about an hour commute. And my husband reads me a headline that says Jamie Foxx is dating a white woman. So I'm like, okay, well, wait, hold up. I said, does it say that in the headline, or is that something you're extracting? Like, what, why are we focusing on that he's dating a white woman? Because I think that breeds conflict. I don't know, this ongoing um, divisiveness, if you will, between white women and Black women. So he reads on, he said, no, the article says that. And it pisses me off instantly. I'm like, why does the article say that? That's rude.
This is what I mean by creating a struggle that's not there. Ever since the beginning of time, okay, since I'm gonna put it this way, cancel that. Colonization forced us to try to believe that the standard of beauty, femininity, uh, class, prestige was an image of a white woman, right? White women have gotten their head gassed up by Black men as their preference of woman because they're more demure and so on. So whenever we see a person who seems to be pro-Black and proud of their culture date outside of their race, that's an eyebrow raiser. Oh, he's dating a white woman. Oh, okay. No different than when you European women go push up on Black male athletes, celebrities, or whatever. In your media world, it is highlighted. Oh, Mitzi's dating an NBA star, a big Black guy. Hmm? You might not add it to the title of an article in white media, but you better believe your counterparts are talking about it. Well, she's dating a Black guy. Every time I meet a white woman down here in the South, and we do have, I let them have a conversation with me. If they're married to a Black man, that's the first thing they say. I don't even have to ask. I'm married to a Black man. That doesn't make us any more bridge the gap between our differences anymore. Just because you, like I said, tolerate, marry, sleep with, date a Black man. You still a white woman, and your journey daily is different than mine. So I don't care if you married a Black man. That doesn't give you a free ticket to call me girl. Okay, that doesn't give you a free ticket to change your vernacular when we start to have a conversation so you can sound more hood or more ghetto or more Black or whatever it is y'all be doing while you do it. I don't know. I think it's a mental illness myself personally because I don't change the vernacular or my enunciation on words. No matter who I'm speaking to, I speak the same way. I change up how I speak in certain settings because obviously professional settings you won't use slang. More relaxed settings you're not going to speak as if you're in corporate America. People naturally do that, some don't. But for the most part, don't do that because it's offensive. You're tone deaf, those of you who do. But what's rude is you expecting us to explain something that we don't have nothing to do with. I don't have anything to do with Jamie Foxx dating a white woman. I don't care. That's none of my business. Because I'm not Jamie Foxx, nor am I the white woman that he's dating. Black women are not a monolith of thought, feeling, or lack thereof, okay? Some of us don't like it, some of us do. Some of us don't care, okay? So let's continue, shall we, with the caucasity?
Rude. It doesn't point out if men are dating other ethnicities. It's just this thing with white women and black women, and it it breeds contempt, I think. I've talked to some of my black friends before, and they're like, "Well, white women come and take the good black men." I've heard that before. I'm an army brat. I was raised, abroad, 10 years in Germany, and then I spent recently 3 years in Belgium. So I've been exposed. I'm a vet myself. So we've often interracially dated. Like, this is 2024. It's everywhere you see couples that are interracial, regardless of what it is, Indian, white, black, Hispanic, you name it. So,
So then why are you so focused on black women and white women? You've heard that before. Define good black man because just because he has a lot of money and is successful in whatever career whatever career choice he has, that doesn't make him a good black man. Okay, it's a difference, and the conditioning of the standard of beauty being a white woman, subversive, subtle, demure, meek. Feminine means quiet, shut up, be quiet, don't think, don't talk till I tell you to type of white woman. Okay. That that doesn't make mean your marriage material for a good white man. Just the same thing is true for a black man. A good black man looks different to every black woman. Okay. So there you have it, folks. You've heard it from black women why. We don't give a damn, but European white women like you keep pushing the issue. Why don't you go to your counterparts, other white women, and have these discussions and figure out what they've learned? Okay, because you fetishize black men in a sexual manner and you get upset. It's cognitive dissonance when we pointed out to you that you don't have respect for our men. Instead, you turn them into toxic men based on your narcissism and mental and emotional abuse because you're very domineering and very controlling and insecure when you date black men. So let's go.
and at this day and age, the media, what is this, clickbait? That you have to point out that he's dating a white woman. You know what? I'm just happy that Jamie Foxx has recovered and that he's doing well. He had a medical crisis. I love Jamie Foxx. I think he's funny, but I think that article is bullshit. And then I get on TikTok, and some of my posts have been directed right to um, my black friends on TikTok. But I've seen like the Black Pack or Dear White Women don't comment in my section, like some hostility toward white women. And seeing headlines like this, maybe I can understand a little bit more, but it's bullshit garbage. We're all equal. We're
No,
in
we're
this
not
together.
all equal. No, we are not all in this together because society treats black women differently than they treat white women. It's a conditioning that white supremacy has over you, European women, where you, no matter what station in life you're in, you could be behind bars without a penny. Your attitude and body language and mentality still displays that you feel you are above a black woman who's behind the same bars as you. Okay? So let's continue, shall we?
Unity. And it really makes me sad that I see these things in 2024 where we're just being overtly racist toward each other. And there's no need for it. I don't understand it. And it's a
Somebody help this child understand what the definition of racism. Just because we don't invite you into our spaces that are designed specifically for black women so we can heal from racist wounds, traumas of our childhood, traumas from our broken relationships, traumas from our losses of loved ones, black women supporting each other. You're not invited. Some things it's just not for you to understand because you're not a black woman. We're not the same. Stay in your lane, just like we tried to stay in ours. Because it wasn't that long ago that European white women did not want black women in their spaces unless it was a direct benefit for said white women. Okay? You still have that same energy in your spirit for black women, the way you present yourself, the way you talk to black women, sight unseen. Some of you are very condescending for absolutely no reason other than you see a black woman sitting somewhere, so you have got to investigate. And you say some of the damnedest things when you approach. It's like, what? And you try to veil it as a joke or as being friendly. And it's really curiosity and just downright rudely being nosy. Let me see what this black woman is doing sitting here. I didn't know black people knew about places and things like this. Let me go see if I can strike up a conversation with this black woman sitting here in the same highfalutin space that I'm sitting in to see if she really supposed to be here. That's really the intent behind why you randomly approach black women with this type of energy and these type of questions because you're not just openly innocently curious and want to learn and blend and diversify yourself. You really don't think that we belong in some of the fucking spaces that we are in, rightfully so. Okay? Like just plain old purchase a home and live in a neighborhood, move in an apartment. Okay. You want to know why we are where we are, even in our own black spaces. It's none of your business. Stay in your lane. We're not the same.
alarming. So, on some of my comments recently, it said, someone said, I said, tell me why you're voting Democrat. You know, I really would like to know, why are you voting Democrat? I'm a former Democrat. I go all the way back. Again, I said it in one of my videos, but I deviated with George W. 9/11, everyone was being patriotic. But then I believe I voted for Al Gore, and then I voted for Clinton, Obama, did Hillary come after Obama? I voted for Hillary in 2016, and I was very anti-Trump, but I was buying into the narratives to CNN, all the bullshit. So 2020 is when they put puppet Kamala out there, and Joe Biden blatantly said it was because she's a brown woman. I thought, how disgusting. And her gender, don't throw me bones as a woman. I'm like, I don't need you to cherry pick some brown female who doesn't even know what to identify with herself. It's
Honey, identify with your European women. You're not brown. You're not brown. You're not on the African diaspora. You are European, okay? Go take a Black history class, okay, or something like that. Go take a course, you know, on cultural diversity or whatever. Why are you petitioning and harassing and stalking Black women who are in their Black spaces minding their Black business? It's annoying, it's irritating, and it's creepy. Okay? It's creepy. You come off weird, tone deaf, rude, imposing, overbearing, and a nuisance. That's what it is. We don't owe you any more grace. And racism isn't the fact that you don't define racism by saying, oh, well, we just want to have a space for Black women, a Black girl follow. How come white girls can't follow with Black women? Because you're not a Black girl. You're not a Black woman. It's Black girl follow or chain or whatever it was. Can we have something that's just ours without you thinking that you are entitled to invite yourself and feel somehow slighted because you are not invited? You don't belong. You're not a Black woman. It's very simple. That doesn't make us racist. We just want to be able to mind our own business in peace and be amongst our own, just like dogs want to be among other dogs, just like ants want to be around other ants, you know, like I don't I this is it's very intriguing to say the least. Why these women just don't get it. They just don't get it. I sit here, shake my head back and forth real fast, like, oh my God, oh my Jesus, really? Y'all still doing this? You still dry begging for Black woman magic? That's maybe your parents should have raised you better and properly socialize you culturally and put you in neighborhoods and communities where you can have access to commingle and live in society where there's a diverse cultural population, culturally diverse. I grew up in Chicago. You see all kind of cultures there, everywhere. Everywhere you go, diverse, all kind of different cultures. You know, my children didn't have that problem when they were, in predominantly European environments. They're like, I around all kind of people, so I don't doesn't bother me that it's just a bunch of white folks. Okay, so whatever. We know that cultural differences exist. Period. And I can separate myself or I can include myself. Where I don't feel comfortable, I can remove myself. You feel me? So why is it that white women like this feel like we have to be race shamed because we don't want to participate in these type of conversations? That's not racist. That's called selective. It's called boundaries. It's called respect of person. If you love Black women, you're so culturally diverse and you don't have a racist bone in your body, why you keep talking about Black women being racist? Because we don't want to deal with that. Call it whatever you want, but you're delusional. And you need to properly coin the right term and utilize the right terminology when you're trying to convey a point because this did not land well, obviously. Let's go. We got a little bit more.
It's ludicrous. It's she's a pawn, and she's a drunk pawn. Her IQ is like 110. I read. If your IQ is 110, whatever. If you what you need is critical thinking skills. And do you think I'm voting for Trump because he's a white man? No. I'm voting for Trump for national security because I would like the economy. Everyone's like, okay, this is a real comment on one of my last posts in my content. Someone said if Trump gets into office, they're going to have slaves again. Again? What? Is this person really on this planet? And I do wonder about the IQ of people that make those kind of outlandish comments.
I'm wondering about her IQ. I'm wondering about your IQ, sweetie. Like, where are you going with this? What you're all over the place. What exactly is it that you want to know and why? Okay. This is why when that trend was going around, who would you rather be stranded in the forest with? A man or a bear? And most women picked the bear. And then they said, well, what if it was a white woman and a bear? We would still pick the damn bear. This is why, right here. Okay. Where are you going? What are you asking? What do you want to know? We don't want to deal with it. That's it. That's all. When you force your queries on other people, then you have to be prepared for the consequences of that. You can't get butthurt because somebody does not want to entertain your adult curiosity of another culture of people who are not checking for you, darling.
Trump was already, no one is interested. Oh my God. And is this person serious? Maybe they're just trolling me. So I want to know if you guys really think that if Trump gets into office, he'll reenact slavery. It's ridiculous. You guys, you have to inform yourselves. You have to read what he's done for the black community, for the white community, for all the communities. It doesn't have to be black, white, yellow. I mean, let's think of Rapper's Delight. To the
Here it
black,
comes
to the
now.
red. Wait, to the black, to the white, to the red and green, the purple and yellow. But first, I gotta bang bang to the boogie. Is that how it went? Anyway, I'm with the Sugar Hill Gang. Inclusiveness. Like, really, what a bunch of hypocrisy with the left. We shouldn't choose based on color. We shouldn't choose based on race or blah, blah, blah. But yet, let me handpick, cherry pick a brown crazy woman who doesn't even identify as black, who had no delegates, and puppet her in front of you. And of course, you're going to fall for it. No.
I don't identify as black either. I'm Native American Blackfoot. Okay. I'm Geechee. I'm Creole. I'm from the Bayou by roots, 8 generations deep. I don't identify as black either. I don't check that box. My driver's license doesn't say black on it. That's another thing. How do you know what's black and what's not? How do you know? You're a European woman. How do you identify? Okay. I mean, just really, but it's a jungle bungle of nonsense. That's why I don't even acknowledge their energy. I just mind my own business and I politely decline their advances. I don't want to have a conversation with you. I don't want to say good morning. I don't want to exchange any energies with these type of European folk. And to some degree, all of them have this ingredient of ignorance. And it's very exhausting and it's very frustrating. So I just keep my eyes on the prize, work on what I'm working on, and that's that. Let's go.
I didn't. It was ridiculous. And anyone with half a brain could see what was going on. Does she represent people of color? No. Does Trump represent people of color? No, no one's looking at it that way. Again, it's 2024. Speed check reported ahead on Veterans Expressway. Speed check reported ahead. Okay. Anyway, so my question to the Black women, is there resentment toward white women for interracial dating? And for the white, no, for the Black women who don't want white women on their TikTok, Black Pack, all of that, why? I want to know why. I see interracial, I see white men with sisters all the time. They make the most beautiful babies. I see it go all ways. So I don't know what's going on. Like, no one in real life, this is TikTok, but no one in real life has all these ridiculous impositions, imposing your racism on the general public.
But that's what you're doing right now, is imposing your lack of understanding how racist you are. Imposing this, like, I'm a white woman, I want black women to answer me this question. On a public platform like TikTok, tagging people to answer your white question. This is what causes the disconnect. The fact that you are tone deaf and you don't understand what it is to stay in your own lane, much like colonization. We get triggered because it's like, oh Lord, here they come again. You know, we got our black spaces all nice and beautiful and comfortable and healing, and here they come wanting to force themselves into our spaces once again uninvited. You don't know how to be gracious and say, you know what? I was uninvited. Let me move on down the road. Shake a tail feather. You want to double back and double down and say, why do I have to? Because you are not a black woman. It's as simple as that. We don't care.
We're Southern white, but again, I'm a registered Democrat still, even though I voted Republican. And in my Southern family, two of my cousins, they're married to black men, beautiful mixed children, and no one cares, honestly. Like, in our family, do you think they were shunned or something? Now I do wonder if the tight family bonds with black people, if they brought in a white person. I know for sure, per my black friends, some of their family members are like, you better not bring home a white person. Like, who is the racist these days? I just wonder, because it's not anyone that
But your forefathers created that. Your white Uncle Sam created that. It was illegal to marry for a black man or a black woman to marry a white person. Our people were lynched because of it. So to save the lives of our young black people, we said, don't do that. Don't marry or choose a partner that is European, because guess what's going to happen to you? So that question is bounced back to you and your ancestors. Why? Who's the real racist? We just don't want to deal with it. Black women don't want to deal with that. We have enough of our own demons and traumas to heal. than to have you keep ripping open the same wounds that were created and passed down as generational curses due to white supremacy. So we don't want to keep rinsing and repeating this same cycle of nowhereness, round and round and round. Educate yourself. We had to, because your forefathers and ancestors tried to cover up and exterminate our culture, our heritage, our bloodline. Okay? That's why we tell our offspring not to intermingle with Europeans. Okay? Now they gave her too much. Let's go.
I hear in the white community ever, not ever. And I'm worldly and around. And I have some back ass country people. Love you. I'm not talking about you if you're watching, the other ones that are not racist. Maybe real conservative, things like that, but you know, they're not on the AB bus, which we'll talk about that real quick. I'm not either. Hi guys, this one is going out.
Okay, so that was the end of that. It cut off a little bit short. I guess she was didn't have enough time, but we could check these comments over here, and it's obvious. Nobody really cares. You see, Gila Branch, keep black people, especially black women's name out your mouth. Okay, and there's people actually defending this, which is another entitled white person. Okay, it's a thing called healthy rejection. And just like white women feel entitled to impose themselves upon black women and try to emulate our mannerisms and behavior and speech patterns, we have just as much entitlement to tell you, buzz off. That's not racist. That's called protecting our peace. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. I just wanted to bring this back to you, the caucasity and the audacity of these women who are European, who all of a sudden need our help on how to understand why black women feel the way we feel about our blackness and our black boundaries and our black spaces, and why we would prefer to network with and develop relationships amongst our own sistren in the black community on the diaspora of Africanness. So drop them comments. Give me some eagle feathers if you feel it. One love, black family. I'm gonna be out for right now. I might come back later. I'm hungry. But I just want to hear what you think. What do you think, y'all, about the caucasity? All right. Check her out if you want to go over to TikTok. If you do TikTok, it is former dot Democrat 444. Check her out. I'm gonna come back with a little bit more later, probably. I'm out for right now, though, people. Love, love, love yourself. Take good care of each other and stay blessed.